everyone, welcome to a new video. You join me along the riverbank today and it's a lot better than what it has been the last couple of days. The wind really picked up again and it was raining and it was horrible, and today it does say there's a little bit of rain, but I'm taking my chances and I'm heading out. So I've got fields behind me, there's been pheasants, I've just seen a hare running across, which is really nice. And obviously I've got the river Welland in front of me. But the main reason I'm out here is actually because I want to test out some new equipment that I've just bought. As I've mentioned in the previous, or my last Q&A, a lot of the photos that I take are handheld, and I am able to do it, but sometimes there'll be a situation where I'm either lying in an uncomfortable position, or when I'm recording video it's shaky, which it has been pretty much since I've started doing my videos. So for that I've actually bought myself a new tripod, which gives me quite a there's a few pros in it. Actually, there's quite a few pros, and I thought going along the riverbank today would be the best opportunity for me to test it out. So I'm going to get set up and head down the river. Right, so I've just got set up along the riverbank. There's some ducks that have gone off to my right, but I've got some mute swans actually coming over to me. So this is actually going to be the best time for me to actually, test this out. So I've got it set up on here. It's the VEO2 235CB, made from Vanguard. And one of the best things that I've researched is to have this as the ball mechanism to allow for easy panning. And this does actually normally have the sort of tube, the central column that goes in the middle, but you can actually remove it and the legs actually come out to an 80-degree angle if you want to. So in terms of getting low angle shots, this is absolutely perfect. So where I'm positioned, I don't need to go that low, so I've got it at about a 45-degree angle. But already looking at it, it's giving me stability, and it's just giving me, I'm not having to get in an uncomfortable position. I could just sit with my legs crossed if I want to. So yeah, I'm just gonna test it out, see what the mechanisms are like, and yeah, hopefully a bit more action will come up this way. But like I said, it's another beautiful day. I'm glad to be outside, and yeah, I'm just gonna see how it goes with my new tripod. Wow, okay, so as you probably saw from the short clips I've just taken of the mute swans, the stability on it is amazing. I mean, quite a few moments where I was recording video and I didn't use the tripod I had. I thought it could give me that extra stability that I need, but because of obviously the weight of the lens, the tripod I originally had was more for the smaller DSLR lenses, landscape photography, rather than something that's zoom lens for wildlife. But straight away, like the ball head, it just gives me the opportunity to pan so smoothly and to, you know, follow my subject without having to, you know, try and get my balance right and try and focus on it correctly. So yeah, I'll just show you the components again. So this is what gives the friction for the ball to move, and then we've got this down here which actually adjusts. I'll try and move it, there we go. So that gives a bit more movement and fluidity when I'm wanting to pan, which is again really nice. And then on the other side, this adjusts the angle of the ball. So as you can see here, this will give me the opportunity to sort of angle this down, and then I can set up my camera if I want to go on portrait mode. Oh, there's a great crested grebe coming this way now. Yes, I'm getting a bit distracted. The swan's coming back. So yeah, I'm just going to carry on, you know, getting pictures using this tripod, and yeah, hopefully better video as well. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it already. I'll try and give some more details later on, but yeah, already it is just an incredible piece of kit, and I wish I bought this sooner. So the great crested grebe didn't stay around for long. Dipped a few times in front of me, and it obviously travelled underwater. But yeah, that was still nice to see. It's one of my favourite birds to see along the river, definitely. And there's something calling out on the other side, but I can't see. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's sort of croaking, and I don't know if that's because it sounds similar to the grebe, but I just can't see it at all. So I'm just trying to scan the line. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing from what I can see. I can definitely hear it, but I'm not completely sure what it is. If it decides to show itself, then I'll try and get some pictures of it. But otherwise, it's gone a little bit quiet this side. But I'm hoping that the rain will hold. It's only meant to be light rain, but I don't know. I do just prefer, you know, the sunny, cloudy days like it is at the moment. So just to give you a couple more details while I'm waiting for other birds to come around. The legs have 5 compartments. I'm not completely sure what the height is on it, but it's definitely over 100 centimetres. I don't necessarily need it in terms of wildlife photography. A lot of my work I do try to get as low as I can or in line with the subject, and normally that's not very tall. But yeah, it's got 5 of the twisted compartments on each leg to give that height. I've already explained in vague detail how the head works, and like I said earlier, it comes with a central column, so this can extend even higher. But also, which is quite handy, is that you can flip it 180 degrees, and then you can do another low angle shot, but you can have the camera sort of upside down and between the legs, obviously because this is such a big lens, and I don't want to end up, you know, damaging the head at all by doing that. But for anything for, you know, macro photography, it's quite good for that, I assume. And yeah, like I said, the legs go from, I think it's a 20 or 25 degree angle, and then 45, and then 80. So
very much low to the ground. So let's say I'm somewhere in the field or on the riverbank where I'm almost level with the water, then I can, get that low and I can get those low angle shots. There is a great crested grebe. I don't know if it's going to come this way at all. But I mentioned on one of my previous stories on Instagram that I actually witnessed my first ever great crested grebe weed dance the other week, and I was in the car so I couldn't stop, and neither did I have my camera, shock horror. But it was a really magical moment. I watched them as I was driving along. They sort of came up with both of the weeds in their mouths, and they just performed the dance, and it's definitely something that you never forget when it comes to sort of animal courtship. But there is definitely one, so the partner could be around. I'm not completely certain, but the swans have moved off at the minute. But at least it gave me the opportunity to test out this piece of kit, which like I said, I'm really happy with. So I've been out here for about an hour now, and it's quiet on the water, but in the sky it's actually quite busy. I've just been listening to a skylark, first one of this year. There's been quite a few lapwings, or going around these parts as peewits. They've been on the field just behind the riverbank on the opposite side, and there's a cormorant just flying overhead, and there's also been a buzzard as well. And that unknown bird is still calling out, but still can't see it, so I'm not quite sure not sure if it's gonna show itself at all, and because of where it is on the other side of the bank, I don't think I'll get a decent enough picture anyway. But it's just been randomly calling out, so a little bit confused as to what that could be. So it might not be very busy, or it may not be very successful in terms of the amount of pictures I've got, but to be honest, it's an average day. Whenever I'm out with my camera, I'll either get lots of pictures of something I really enjoy or hardly any, but in the end I just love being outside. I'm sure it's the same for many of you. And I've managed to test out my new tripod with pretty decent weather, so I'm quite pleased with that. It's definitely something I'm gonna be keeping in my bag wherever I go now. It's just it's so sturdy, and for the weight it's holding as well, it is really good. So yeah, I'm very much happy with it. I still can't see it. I hope you can hear it. Sort of like a one note croaking noise. But there's just no movement going on whatsoever on the other side. And if there are reeds there, it'll make it doubly difficult, but some of the recent floods have been washing those away. So I should have a good view of it, but no, there's nothing. So I'll keep an eye out for it, and hopefully if anything flies overhead, I'll be able to get videos of that as well. But I think just going by what I've had already, I'm really happy with what I've seen. So the grebe is still around, and it's going back up and down. I tried once to sort of move along to see if I could get any closer. But at this rate I'm just going to end up chasing it away, which I don't really want to do. But this is the grebe's home, and I don't want to push it out of its home. It's just not right. So I think it's going to carry on going away. I'll leave it be. I'm probably going to head back to the car anyway, and just drive by along the fields if there's anything along there. But if there isn't, I'm probably going to call it here. So it's a short video, give or take. But I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. I hope it, gives you any tips on if you're looking for some new equipment like tripods. I mean, like I said, Vanguard is a brand that I've not consciously use, but it just so happens that it's a brand that I've used as and when I've used a tripod. But this one, the VEO2, it's really good from what I've experienced. There's actually a pheasant down here. Sorry. So yeah, if you want to go check it out, by all means do. I don't think I mentioned it at the start, but this isn't sponsored in any way. This is something that I bought myself. So yeah, if nothing else happens, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to support me and my wildlife photography, you can either visit my Etsy shop, which contains prints as well as stationery wear like greeting cards, or you can send a small donation to Coffee. Both links are in the description below.